All right, Israel's chief rabbi calls him the greatest shofar sounder in the world. A Northern California native, Robert Wenger was a longtime marketing exec for beverage brands like Gatorade and Monster. But after having what he calls a burning bush moment on top of a mountaintop during a hike, Robert heard and felt the voice and strength of God. And God is calling to come to Israel and become a champion of the heavenly instrument. Take a look. So happy to have him here with us. Hello, hello, and Hag Sameach. What a beautiful story of how you A, found yourself in Israel, and B, finding yourself with this incredible gift. Do you believe it was something that was a calling that came at a divine time for you?
Well, as I look back in 2020 hindsight, I see all the pieces of the puzzle put together, and this is I'm just walking out my prophetic destiny, and I'm wrapped up in this prophetic swirl, and I'm just now serving Hashem, and my steps are ordered by Him.
So how did you know? I mean, what was the moment that happened, while on a hike in San Francisco? Like, was it just this strong feeling?
I saw, it was kind of like, by the way, I realized that this is a your studio backdrop is not a painting.
It's not a painting.
But it was one of these moments where all of a sudden it was like watching a movie, and then all of a sudden the screen opened and you could see all the colors and behind how the movie was being made behind.
Wow.
And
it was just that profound.
And I felt in my, I didn't even know what it was at the time. I felt it was the power of God. I'm a secular Jew on a hike. And I saw this, it brought me to my knees. Just the presence of God brought me to my knees. Wow. It was very powerful, yeah. And so, I realized that there was something bigger and greater than myself.
Right, and then that journey obviously brought you to Israel, making a big, huge life change. So how did the shofar find you, or you find the shofar?
Actually, I was on I was at a group tour of 18 people. We were on Mount Bental on the third day in the Golan Heights, and somebody had purchased one of these Yom Night shofars the night before at a souvenir stand, and they asked me to hold it while they went to the shirutim, while they went to the restroom. And I took it. I figured, why not? I put it to my lips and started fooling around. After all, I was the first chair trumpet in the junior high school band for 2 years. And I put it to my lips, and out came the Israeli Defense Force wake-up call.
Wow, it just came out.
And the next thing I know, there was 15 Israelis surrounding me, the flash bulb was going off, and cheers and applause, and then there was a 5.3 earthquake. And I got the gifting, and I went all around Israel for a week on the tour, and when the tour left, I stayed, and I got trained and developed in spiritual warfare at the hand of God.
So now here you are, you've come up with your own company, you're teaching, you're educating, this is such a divine tool. Why is it so important, kind of as our, birthright, whatever it is, to get this sound out into the world, because it really does have very magical consequences in a good way?
Well, I'm just the conduit, so I like to believe that as pure as the vessel is how effective the sound is when it's released. And in in Psalm 53, it says, God looks out from heaven upon the human race, looking for one who is wise, even one who seeks his face. So he's just looking for one of us to go where he says to go and release what he says to release, but the battle's his. So this is just his voice represented in the land.
All right, let's hear, as we are getting ready for the final shofar blowing at the end of Yom Kippur. Could you give us a little preview so we could clear out all the negative energies for all of us?
Sure. This is the Oryx, the Gemsbach. This is my little concealed weapon. It shifts the atmosphere.
Thank you so much. First of all, thank you so much. You're amazing talent, and I feel so blessed to have met you.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Have a great, good, easy fast, everyone.
Shana Tova, Hatima Tova, and Tekiah.